What's going on, everybody? On tonight, listen, I didn't want to get here and take too much time. I didn't do this tonight. Didn't do this last night. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna do it tonight as we get ready. We're real close to our second round pick. I just want to know who we get. That's all I want to know, and then I'll let you go. I know you're gonna want to watch the draft in peace. I don't really care for too much because I'm getting ready for the Lakers tonight to close out the Grizzlies. Obviously, yeah, it's gonna happen tonight. I said Lakers and six is gonna happen. But anyway, who do you guys want? We got a little time. The Giants pick is in. They're getting ready to go. Ooh, hey Talib, I see you. Don't have too much time. Listen, Overshown, the linebacker from Texas, is there, and even though he's not on that first five list that they're showing as far as the high ranked players, you got to keep in mind this dude is a freak. The linebacker from Texas. I loved him when I first saw it. I think he's about 6'3". He's just quick as a cat. He's just different. I believe based off of what teams are doing offensively, particularly in our division, specifically the Eagles. I think that you better put your best defense out there. I mean, we'll get a guard. I mean, I ain't gonna be mad if we get a lineman. When I saw Zach Carbonet leave, that's who I wanted for our bag of running back. But he's gone. So why not make this defense the best defense in the league? That's my only question. Why not make this the best defense? We got another, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We still got picks left. The Cowboys may have already have their answer inside the building as far as a guard goes. Most people want a guard. I think Farrakhan, that's already on our team, is there. I believe it. Now, you guys may get to see the pick because I'm streaming upstairs tonight. We're already on the clock. The pick is already in. Oh, my God. Drew Pearson up there. Here we go. 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 Drew gonna tell the whole story. Drew just talking. Drew just yapping. Just read the card, Drew. Drew get up there and make it like it's a civil rights speech. Come on, Drew. Who we got? Got the tight end from Michigan. I know about him. That's my team. That's my team in college. Luke Shoemaker. They went and got the tight end. That's a good pick. The offense just got better. Adding him, you don't get worse. You get better. Let's look at the highlights on him. He was a featured guy for my college favorite team. Just knew how to get open. Not blazing speed, but he's a pretty good route runner. If you're watching it now, you can see he can do it. And then, of course, being at Michigan and the way that the Wolverines and the Big Ten Conference as a whole runs the football, this dude is physical. He can block. Great hands, as you can see. I know about him personally. It's a good pick. Good pick. Second round pick. You ain't getting first team All-Americans in the second round. I mean, well, you can. But let's not act like we trying to get the next Kyle Pitts or anything. Let's just be good. Good pickup for the Cowboys. He's an excellent blocker. He can catch the football. It's a good pick. I'm quite sure this is kind of what Coach McCarthy did in Green Bay. You can tell that, and you can tell, look at the war room. They're very happy. So everybody's slapping hands and everything. So, yeah. Hey, oh, Lord. Eastside, this is not the Houston Texans podcast. So I care less what y'all did. You drafted high enough that you're supposed to do well. I mean, good Lord. You drafted second, and then now I'll give you credit for moving up and going back to third, back to back. I'll give you that. You rarely see that. I'll give you that. That was pretty good. But when you drafting high, you kind of supposed to have, some pretty good guys. So, hey, Matthew. Well, I will say this. I'm a Michigan Wolverine fan, so I know about Shoemaker. Big Ten Conference, starting tight end. I know for a fact that he can block. That's the first thing you need to know. Shoemaker can block. That's the truth. But what he also can do, he has soft hands. He's a excellent route runner. When the Wolverines did pass the ball, now, Cowboy fans want the greatest of all time every time we get picked. So we don't need. This guy is not a Kyle Pitts. This guy is not going to be a Pro Bowl player. But what he is, he's a good fit for the tight end room. He should get playing time. He can play. Now, I'm telling y'all what I know because I've seen him. I'm a Wolverine fan. That's my college team. I've seen him play. He makes contested catches. Like I said before, a good route runner, kind of deceptively fast. I ain't gonna say fast, but deceptively he gets open. He's a Dallas Cowboy typical type tight end. I hope y'all figured that. I'm not trying to be. I don't want you to think I'm trying to be stereotypical, I guess, but it is what it is. The Cowboys have a certain type of tight end that they're looking for. They're not looking for, the greatest game records at the tight end position. The truth of the matter is the Cowboys love any tight end that somewhat resembles Jason Witten. That is their standard for tight ends. They're not trying to get tight ends that are just as fast as receivers. They're not trying to get a tight end, like they want a guy that can block. And if he turns out to be a tight end that got pretty much great hands, so be it. Notice the tight ends that we have. 3 of the 4 are from the Big Ten Conference. Sean McKeon, that's Michigan. Shoemaker, who we just got, that's Michigan. Then you got Jake Ferguson, that's Wisconsin. You see what I'm saying? It's a certain type of tight end. They're not going to get a tight end from the SEC. They're not doing that. They just don't. They have a certain type. That's what they picked today. Now, personally speaking, most of us kind of figured that we were going to go tight end eventually. A lot of you wanted it in the first round. But I will say this. I figured that we would do it early enough. I didn't think it would be the second round. But once I saw Carbonate go off the board, the running back that Seattle got, I kind of knew, I remember what I said a few weeks ago. We got to get Dak Prescott some weapons. Shoemaker is he can be a weapon for you. He can. He's not our starter. Jake Ferguson is going to be our starter. I think Hendershot has earned the right to earn his way to make sure that he stays on the field. The question now becomes, is a battle between McKeon and Shoemaker. But I remember what McCarthy said. I don't believe it. But they say they're going to run the ball. So if you're going to run the ball, you need to put as many, blockers in as possible, especially from the tight end position. We got 4 now. Our tight end room is set for the season. Barring injury. barring injury, our tight end room is set now. It's no question about that. You got 4 tight ends. That's it. So all those tight ends coming in trying to make the team, other than just those 4, it ain't gonna happen. I wanted Overshown. That's who I wanted right here. Oh my God, the linebacker from Texas. And I don't know how far he's gonna drop. I don't know if the Cowboys will shake things up and try to get back in the second round, because I don't think he's going to last much long. He is a freak. The kid from Texas. It's unbelievable. East side with Joe. Oh Lord, here you go. How you live in Texas, but your college team is Michigan? That's because the University of Memphis really hadn't done anything back when I was growing up, and Michigan was on TV all the time. So you just kind of fell in love. You kind of started watching them, and East side. Let me get this correct with you. See, when I say Michigan, I'm going all the way back to 1982. So that for me, that was 9 years old when Anthony Carter was there, who was my favorite college player at the time. Anthony Carter. So I ain't just got here. That's how long I've been a Michigan fan. 1982. So the University of Memphis was not worth nothing to talk about. I am not a Tennessee Vol fan, since there's so many teams in Tennessee. I'm not that either. So matter of fact, you just be happy, Eastside, with your. I don't even know why you here, man. Just shouldn't you be on a Houston Texans podcast? Or, good Lord, But anyway, I'm not even wasting my time with you. Matt says, I would like at some time an all lineman and linebacker arm stuff. Well, I also liked who Buffalo just picked up, and that was the guard, Osiris Torrance from Florida. I thought that he would be an excellent pick. I even thought that might have been our pick in the first round, to be honest with you. He can fall right in. But here's the thing, we got to be careful about Matt. We got to be careful because the Cowboys believe in their guys. And if you remember last year, and I'm not saying this is the case, but if you remember last year, when Matt Farnock played guard, he moved people. He did. You just have to go look at the tape for yourself. Matt Farnock can play. And I'm serious. I wouldn't be surprised if they already kind of got a mind they may have the answer in the building already for God. If and you keep in mind now, the deal is for Tyron Smith, we all know what that means, but they're going to ride him until the wheels fall off. So they're going to have him in left tackle. They'll put Tyler Smith then back at left guard. There's your answer right there. That's your line. When Tyron Smith, if he gets hurt, well, it's not if, it's when he gets hurt, then Tyler Smith will move back to left tackle, and then your answer for your left guard maybe be already in the building. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Your best five if Tyron Smith is healthy, is Tyron Smith at left tackle, Tyler Smith at left guard, Biotis, of course, at center, Zach Martin at right guard, and then depending on where Steele is. If Steele is right, then there's your right tackle right there. That's your best five. I know. I think they could have went a lot of different ways with that, but I just believe this is an indication to me, just based off the top of what we've heard from the head coach, that they want to be a physical running football team. That pick kind of puts it there. You're not drafting Shoemaker to be a first team All Pro. That's not why he's here. I just threw up something about when you look at the tight ends that we have now. I'm saying that the tight end room is set, but notice what we have there. Three of the tight ends are from the Big Ten Conference. If you know anything about the Big Ten Conference, that's a running conference with the cold weather, and eventually as it comes, that's what. Hey, Roy, I'm trying to kind of explain it now. I'm trying to find. The Cowboys have, if you're going tight end, we all know, if you've been a Cowboy fan for a long time, they have a stereotypical type of tight end. They're not going to get a tight end from the SEC. They're not going to get a guy that's, a Mark Andrews or, these type of guys, or Darren Waller. They're not going to get that. Their standard for tight end is Jason Witten. So anybody that looks like Jason Witten, that's what they're going to roll with. But notice the tight ends. 3 of the 4, Jake Ferguson, Wisconsin. Shoemaker, who we just picked, Michigan. Sean McKeon, Michigan. I don't know where Hendershot is from. My mind ain't working too good right now tonight. But 3 of the 4, all these guys block. All these guys. Shoemaker was a starter this year. Remember, now he had 53 catches. Now I know about Michigan because, as I've said before, that's my team in college. So I'm watching them every week. Shoemaker is a good football player. He had about 53, 54 catches. He got about 700 some odd yards. He can play. He's just not going to be an all-pro. He may not even make a Pro Bowl. But I'm telling you, from what I've seen, and I've watched him for years, a couple years now, he can block. And he can catch. He gets open. That's all I'm saying. Is he better than Jake Ferguson? Nah. I think they stretched, me personally, I think they stretched for that pick, but he can fit in. Now, me, on the other hand, I saw what the Cowboys had at that particular time, and it's a lot of arguments to be made there. Me personally, even though he wasn't in the top 5 or 6 there, at best player available, man, that kid from Texas, man, let me tell you something. I love him. Hey, I'm sorry, my brother here, Marlon. He said Sanders was available at linebacker. He was good, but I'm telling you, Marlon, I like Sanders, but man, Overshown is different. And nobody picked him yet. So, who knows? Who knows? This is when you start seeing some shakeups here. Maybe they might slip back in the second round. You just never know. And Lord have mercy, I see Philadelphia coming up. I just don't want them to get the guys I'm thinking about. You know what I'm saying? See, and then you got to start looking at the division too. And I said this, since they went and got Overshown, they could have did something else. But I can see it. I wouldn't have done it, but I can see the benefit of it. Let me tell you something. The Cowboys are slowly but surely At least with the pick of my guy again, Michigan. No, they went and got 2 Michigan guys. Starting off, Mozzie is gonna be helping us. I'm just telling y'all that right now. Get ready for it. Why not make this defense just unbelievably crazy? Just go get guy. I mean, Sanders would have been a strong statement there. I just believe that McCarthy, and we'll know a little bit better later, and you'll probably see this maybe tomorrow. Like, what are we going to, if you just want to be a running football team, then you got to show that what you're doing in the draft by what you do in the draft. Like, I'm going to be interested. I know we're going to get a running back. I just know we are. I know we are. So my question is, like, when are we going to strike that? Because I just believe that we don't have the total answer yet. And there's some great running backs left. But, man, I sure wanted Overshown right there. I did, man. I wanted Overshown. I know everybody may like everybody else, you know. Is he better than Schultz? Yes. Blocking wise, he's better than Schultz, Roy. I'm just going by what I've seen. He's blocking wise, yes, he is better than Schultz. He's more physical than Schultz. He's a big kid. He can push you back. He's very strong. Yes, I believe that. What's your thoughts on running back Matthew? Russ Cook rumor? The way we think, Matt, ain't necessarily the way that the Cowboys think. And our draft board is quite different from their draft board. I think that's what frustrates Cowboy fans. You got to understand, this is where you get kind of trust Will McClay and Jerry and Steven, particularly Steven. Their board is going to be quite different than our board. They spend time with these guys. They study way more film than we have. These guys have been on these guys for a whole year and a half. So you're just going to have to trust it. So who you think is great, Cowboys probably don't even have one, high on their board. And that's just what we got to accept, So that's the way that I look at it. I think that Overshown kid is a freak. I would have loved to have got him because I believe in strengthening your strength. Like, why not make this defense the number one defense in the league? That's where I am. And we got enough draft picks to make. You don't need but a couple, or maybe two or three. Make this defense the number one defense in the league. Because we're going to need it. Because Philadelphia is about trying to shut people completely down. You can tell with their picks, get the ball back to their offense. When you look and see what Philly has done, and they coming up again in about 2 picks. I mean, they have done it again. And so you need to be trying to make your defense shut folks down too. That's just the way I see it. Or you gonna make your offense just the most craziest, gigantic offense that you ever see. I mean, just score. And we're not on that level. When we talk about the picks that we have, the Cowboys are about splashing. They're about, and I see their male Cowboy, they're Overshown, and they got him as the 4th best cornerback left on the board. And maybe you can get him later on in the draft. You might can. I just love him. I love him. But we the Cowboys overall, if y'all don't know the name, the big name or the big splash, everybody think it's a bad pick. No, it's not. just like last night. Mozzie Davis was a tremendous pick. In case y'all don't know about it, and by now you done heard about it. He benched 225 32 times. He is the strongest defensive tackle in the draft. When he just don't get moved, he push people back. He's he's a huge man, strong. The Cowboys hadn't stopped the run and God knows how long, so they addressed the issue. They addressed the issue big time, and they also addressed it with Big Hankins. So you just imagine at some point we're gonna see Big Hankins and Mozzie in at the same time. I don't have no problem with that at all. And if you're a Michigan fan, like I am, I already know what Mozzie can do. Why? Because I've seen it for the last 3 years. The dude don't get moved. The dude pushes people back. He destroys little pockets in the middle. He's gonna open up the run lanes for LVE, Damone Clark, and Michael Parsons when he's back there. They're gonna be able to run free because he's gonna hog up that middle, and them guys can run. I'm just telling y'all. I thought it was an excellent pick. But because you don't know about Mozzie, that's some of y'all, that was y'all first time ever hearing about him, you thought it was trash. Like, what are we doing? Why don't we go get Michael Mayer, the tight end from New Orleans, from Notre Dame? Man, please. You ain't heard about it, so you don't know. It's kind of like the kid right here, Shoemaker. You know, when you say tight end, y'all thought Michael Mayer. Y'all thought about the kid from the SEC, all these other guys. You ain't think about no Shoemaker, but when you look at them, and you guys, I guess, and I'm in here with a bunch of smart guys. For those that don't know, all we gotta do is just go look at the film. Let's go on, pull up the YouTube stuff. And once you watch Shoemaker, you're going to say, okay, I can see it. I see why. And all I'm telling you, his greatest attribute is he's from the Big Ten Conference, and the Michigan Wolverines this year ran the football like crazy. Between Edwards and Corbin, the running backs there, the Michigan Wolverines weren't crazy. So since they ran the ball crazy, you probably need to go look at Shoemaker and watch how he blocked. That's what we did this year at Michigan. We ran the ball. Mike McCarthy said he wants to turn into a running football team. So he making sense. But the picks make sense. I ain't say the pick gonna turn out to be great, because again, just because you got drafted don't mean that you gonna automatically produce. You got to put it out there. But he can block. That's all I'm gonna say. I wouldn't have done it with the second round pick, but that just go to show you again how much and how different your draft board is from the Dallas Cowboys draft board. If you drafting him in the second round, what that ought to tell you is that the Cowboys had Mr. Shoemaker up mighty high. They had him very high in the draft. For him to go that high, they had him up there. Because I'm quite sure there were some options other than him. They said, nope, we gonna go and take this tight end because we already got plans for him. So again, Will McClay is smarter than all of us. I'll just go ahead and say it. Will McClay is, and I can't speak for everybody. And Will McClay, I trust. I think they know what they're doing. Will is proven his worth, his knowledge over the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years. He knows what he's doing. I'm gonna trust Will. I don't know why did the guy get higher than everybody else? I don't know. What's up, Greg? No, I don't like. Hey, Matt. No, I'm not a Hooker fan. I don't think he's ready. See, kids like Dad and the kid from Florida who got drafted yesterday. So that stuff don't that stuff running around and showing your athleticism. That stuff works in the SEC, and in college ball. But Hooker already done got folded up. Already got hurt. That stuff don't work in the NFL. As great and as fast as Lamar Jackson is, Lamar Jackson is hurt. What's up, Daryl? I see. Lamar Jackson got hurt and has been hurt the last few years. You know why? I see you can't take too many more of them shots like that. Okay, I've let it go. So Hooker, I'm saying a lot of strong arm guys not make it. My God, Jamarcus Russell had the strongest arm anybody ever seen. Jamarcus Russell was on his knees and threw the ball 70 yards in the air off his knees. I don't even have to tell y'all what happened to Jamarcus Russell career. Number one pick in the draft. Biggest bust in history. So I don't know. I just ain't sold on Hooker. His best attribute is running. That's it. Here go Philadelphia. I guess it's a good one. Let's see if Philadelphia hit another home run. Everybody's standing up in there. If you're looking in their draft room, everybody's looking, smiling, and happy to go. The owner is talking to somebody, so I'm quite sure whoever that is on the other end is a player they already picked. They're passing it around here. The rich get richer. Let's see who Philly picked up again. For those that are ahead, you go ahead. I'm kind of I'm behind because I'm streaming, so I'm behind. But the pick is in, and I would assume somebody about to walk up in a second. I really love Demarion Overshawn. I just hope we get a chance. I'm some old Philadelphia Eagle fan. He walking out all cocky like he raw. Man, God, please, man, just read the card. Just like Trent Cole. Just please. Let's see here. So they went O-line. Got Tyler Steen from Alabama. Did they have back to back? Oh God! Oh, that's a great pick there, Sidney Brown, safety. How in the world? What are the Eagles doing to get this? The Eagles had back to back picks, so they got the offensive tackle from Alabama, Tyler Steen, and then they went and got the safety from Illinois, who everybody been talking about. So, the Eagles just that the Tyler Steen move. That I put some question marks there because once some of the speed come around his end, that's if he's a starter. Usually draft somebody second round, so they might be a starter. But let's see how he do against us. But that Sidney Brown pick, the safety, that's pretty good. I mean, the rich get richer. The rich get richer. They had 4 picks. We're in round 3, by the way. I don't know. Somebody help me out without me looking it up. Forgive me. When are we drafting in the 3rd round? When are we drafting in the 3rd round? See, I'm looking it up. Y'all might have already typed it in. Here. But I know y'all probably already typed it in. I'm just looking. See where we are. So we got the 90th pick. We're a long way off. We got the 90th pick in the third round. We're a long way off. But I guess they're gonna try to hit home runs in the fifth round because we got 2 picks in the fifth round. We got a fourth round pick, and that's 129. And then we got I'm sorry. We have round 5. That's 169. So we don't have 2 picks in the round. We just straight out picks. Okay. It's different. It's different. No, it's not a bad draft, Greg. It's not a bad draft. It's just that it's not sexy. See, if it was sexy, like the Eagles have been with their picks, we'll be telling a whole different story. See, when you don't have a bunch of people that don't know, a lot of unknown players that, not household names. The tight end pick, it just depends on how you feel about it. I get it, Greg. With the tight end pick, I think that maybe it would have been me, it would have been a different position. But I understand why they got it. And then, like I said before, and I know I'm sounding repetitive, but it is what it is. The Cowboys draft board is quite different than the fan base draft board. I think, because, and it's proven by what they just picked with the tight end there. It's obvious that they had that tight end from Michigan. They picked him. They had him. They had to have him pretty high because they skipped over a lot of best available supposedly. They had to have him high, and the Cowboys they have been saying that Shoemaker is one of the best availables. I'm just saying their draft board is different from ours. So those are answers that we'll never know. I'm quite sure the press that's there in Dallas when they do the post press conference tonight, I'm quite sure that there's somebody's going to ask why what was it about picking a tight end there rather than not going defensive at linebacker there. You had first team All-American still on the board. Why'd you go with a tight end? And I'm quite sure they're going to have it. But you got to go back to at the beginning of the offseason of what Coach McCarthy said about this offense. Now, I'm one that still don't believe it, but I did hear him say he wants to run the football at a very high rate. So you go get one of the better blocking tight ends that also had over 50 catches at about 700 some odd yards receiving for Michigan, who can get open. It makes sense. It makes sense. I just think it could have made sense a little lower in the draft, but Cowboys didn't. So, I believe that Will McClay had a microphone in his hand. I bet he'll just be running around like, this is our guy. This is who we wanted. It's set up perfectly for us. That's what they're going to say. It's set up perfectly. And to pick him that high, I'm going to say that he was up there. So I'm not going to stay here all the way through and just be watching them because we got a long way to go to 90. The third round pick going to be interesting to see. And let's not throw this away. I ain't saying it's about to happen now, but if there's a guy that's there that they really just want, they got draft capital that can move up. I'm saying this second round, you know, may not be over, or I my hope is now. I'm just saying, if y'all forgive me, but I done watched enough of Overshown from Texas, the linebacker. Man, look, if y'all hadn't watched him, y'all look. I'm gonna let y'all go. Go pull up Marion or Demarion Overshown from Texas, and he made the visit to Dallas. Um, let me tell y'all something. This dude is a freak. I'm just telling you that's who I want. I want him. I do. Arvian Overshown. That's his name. He is 6'4". Jeez. Play linebacker, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. They got him, I'm sorry, 6'3", 229, 32 and a fourth arm. That means his dang hands come down past his knees. Good Lord. A 9.5 hand? Y'all understand? Come on, man. I don't care what the bag looks like. You know what I'm saying? They run a 4.5. He's 6'3", 229. On a 4.5, 640. I mean, it's just good depth. The Hooker, whoever that was that asked me about Hooker, he just got picked by the Detroit Lions. He got picked by the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions. So I don't think Jared Goff is worried, but we'll see. But I would love to have Overshown. I would love to have him, And when you start going lower in the draft, these guys were pretty good. Just different. I really want him. Let's see here. So Sanders says, Sanders was a 30 visit. We considered him in 26, but he wasn't good enough. Top 50. I told y'all, look, and Will McClay I trust, but I think, to be honest with you, I believe that's a Mike McCarthy pick, obviously. And, they obviously had him high. That's obvious. They had him high on the draft board. I didn't have him like that. And I didn't. Cowboys did. He's a good football player. I don't want to know about. I'm not taking. That's my guy from Michigan, so I know him. I think he's a good football player. I ain't say he's a first team All-American and all that. He's a solid tight end. He's not going to start. I believe Jake Ferguson is going to be our starter, but I can imagine a 12 personnel look. And let me put it this way: you're not putting Jake Ferguson and Hendershot in on a 12 personnel, even though you could. You're going to put Jake Ferguson and Shoemaker in. That's going to be your blocking. Yeah, it is. I say that. If they're going to run the football like they swaying up and down, you better get some guys that can block. Now, it ain't worth second round, but it is, But hey, he can do more than just pass. I'm going to tell you who I'm shocked that's not gone yet. And this may be it right here. But why is Jalen Hyde not off the board yet? and Dale from Houston. I'm kind of shocked at that. Jalen Hyde, the wide receiver from Tennessee, and there's Dale. I just called it. He stay home. I knew it was about to happen. Yeah, Dale is off the board. He went to the University of Houston. The Texans just picked him up. Eastside Harold, if you still here, great pickup. Y'all are doing pretty good in this draft, man. I gotta give it to you. Great pickup. Nathaniel Dale is a bona fide dog at wide receiver. Great pickup. Great pickup, Eastside. I give you credit. So y'all have done quite well so far in this draft. Y'all are a better football team on paper as of right now. I give you that. Great pickup. Now I'm trying to figure out why Jalen Hyde should be not too far behind. That's just me. And it might be right here with the Raiders. It very well might be. Very well might be. But I'm not gonna stay with you guys going all tonight. I gotta get ready to watch the Lakers put the Grizzlies out of their misery tonight. All y'all Memphis fans who all of a sudden I told y'all what was gonna happen. I guess this is my time to switch up real quick. I'm done really with the draft for now. Look, let me tell y'all something. This ain't gonna take long. Y'all just ain't with me. Listen. Grizzly fans, if you've been following me, I've been saying Lakers in 6, which the plan is perfect for right now. The plan was to win 1 in Memphis. We did that. Do not lose at home, and the series is over. It's really just that simple. The plan has been followed to a T. Tonight, we take the Grizzlies out, shatter all you Memphis Grizzly fans' hopes and dreams, and just put it away. You're going home tonight. I told everybody, if you just go back and look at my page, I said the Lakers were going to get blowed out. Game 5. I said that. It happened. I said the Lakers would not even, it won't even be close. I said Bane would go off and Ja would give great plays and all that. I said that. It happened. I just laughed. I said they gave Memphis a goodbye present. They won the last game at home, and that's it. So when they fly home tonight, y'all Grizzly fans, y'all meet them at the airport and say good season, because they going home tonight. Going home tonight. It's got to happen. All right, I'm done. Back to Cowboy land, just that quick. Bam. There it is, like that. Just that quick. There's my. All right, I'm out. Y'all enjoy the rest of the draft. We're at pick 70, right? 70 now, heading towards 71. Okay. Cowboys pick at 90 tonight in the 3rd round. They pick at 90, so we're a little ways off. It's going to come rather quickly because I think you only got a couple minutes to make your pick. So y'all stay tuned. James says, and I noticed in the calendar, like the interim head coach. Not really. McCarthy's been there. He's side by side. If you remember the first pick from last night when they got to the war room, you noticed that Coach McCarthy, every head and every eye was on Coach McCarthy before they picked, and everybody was looking at him. I guess he may have been giving his final push for picking Mozzie. And again, is what Mike McCarthy said. It's the way that they want to play football on defense. But you got to keep in mind, so that means now you got to go back to the Green Bay days and see how he built that team. If you remember in the middle, what was his name? BJ Raji. Big dude in the middle, eat up space. Like that. That's the way that he wanted to play there. He drafted him. It looks a little similar to do it. Um, it is what it is. So I think that he had a lot to do with that. I don't think just because we picked a defensive player there, I don't think that you just necessarily have to say, okay, that was Dan Quinn. I believe Mike McCarthy had a lot to do with it, and Dan Quinn. But I think that's just the way that he wants to play football. That's what he said. So I'll see you guys tonight. You guys enjoy the rest of the draft. Hopefully the Cowboys pick their personally speaking. If Overshown is there, I want him. I don't care what. Look, I want him. If we get old line help, I'm good with that. I'm good with that as well. I personally pick. I want Overshown. That's what I want. All right, I'm out. Appreciate y'all. Enjoy the rest of your night. We're having a very solid draft tonight. I mean, solid draft so far. Let me put it that way. We are having a very solid draft so far. I got to give it to it. We're low enough that we can't get the real splash guys. So you got to be real solid. A lot of these guys that we're picking, it's going other than Mozzie. Other than Mozzie, we're drafting depth. I mean, just call it like it is. There are not a lot of spots that are open for a person to start, except maybe left guard. It's really nowhere else on this offense or defense that you say, okay, this position here is wide open. It's just not. So we're drafting for depth, if you ask me. And that's a good thing. If you got your starters there, and you pretty solid there, then it's kind of like if we draft a wide receiver, they're coming in as the 4th rated wide receiver, probably, or 5th. If Tolbert step his game up, you might be just the 5th receiver. So the Jalen Hydes and all that, I don't see us really drafting wide receiver. I can see us drafting a lineman. I can see that. And I can see backup linebackers. I can see that. I can see maybe another pass rusher that's going to have to fight to get in the lineup. Because, you get a pass rusher, what you got to go past. You got to go past Micah. You got to go past D-Law. You got to go past Dorrance Armstrong. You got to go past Sam Williams. You got to go past Fowler. It's going to be hard to even get on the field. So, it is. So we got to be realistic. Stop looking for the splash. Whoever we draft is not going to start in the first place. That's what you got to remember. So we're building with depth. That's what we're doing. All right, I'm done. We'll see you on next time. This has been the one and only. This is, the Big Time Show.